Hey, friends! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host, Nicole, for some hope filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey, Hearties! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, joined by my lovely co host, Brennan, to talk about When Calls the Heart, Season 13, Episode 8, Take 2.
It was written by Liam Fernley and directed by Kristen Lehman. Feeling the loss of her playhouse, Rosemary directs a silent film and gets the whole community involved. Lucas finds himself hesitant to open his heart again.
This was a great episode. What were your first impressions after watching?
Nicole, I adored this episode. I really did love it. I've watched it a few times now, and each time I watch it, I fall in love with it more and more. This is truly, I think, a favorite of the season for me, and it's one that I know I'm going to go back and keep watching.
Yes, I know it wasn't their favorite episode, and that's totally okay. Your feelings are valid, but all things considered, I really love this episode, and I'm so happy for Pascal that she finally got her theater
Mhm.
film storyline.
Me too. How long have we been waiting for an episode like this for her? And Rosemary was being her most Rosemary
Rosemary.
self. And I was just eating it up. I
Yes.
loved it. This was a top episode for her, for
Yes.
me.
What was your emotional takeaway from this episode, or one word to describe it?
It just was so joyful. It was a very, I think, just fun, loving, joyful episode. And I think this episode also was just balanced really well. I appreciate the whole script of the episode. Everything just felt very balanced and everything just flowed together really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say joyful and comedic.
Oh, definitely comedic for sure. I laughed a lot.
Yes. And then what was the heartbeat of this episode? So something that reminds you why you love the show.
Most all the characters, again, were really working together in this episode in some way. Rosemary, obviously, Rosemary with her movie and getting so many of the characters involved, and even Nathan, Georgie, and Bill working more together for the fire investigation. I love when we continue to see episodes of the community coming together for a common goal, working together, being there for each other. And again, there was no conflict this episode. There really hasn't been much, well, okay, little tension with Lucas and Edie, but
Yeah.
besides that, there really was no conflict this episode. There's just a lot of kindness and care, and that's why I love this show.
Yes. Same. I will echo your thoughts.
Yeah.
Just the community aspect of this episode and everyone coming together.
Yeah.
Going to Hope Valley happenings. How would you say the town functioned in this episode? I said, like we just mentioned, coming together to help Rosemary with the silent film, and then Nathan, Bill, and Georgie working together on the investigation. We got some more leads.
We got a lot of leads this episode, and I just am very impressed with Liam and how we wrote it because we obviously got so much of Rosemary's film and so much time on that, but also he was able to fit in so much more about this investigation and more truths and clues coming out. So I was very impressed that he fit that all in this episode.
Yes, and you were saying, I think it was on Thursday Threads, that this is your favorite Georgie episode. It's my favorite Georgie episode too.
Oh, yay! She was great this episode. Yes, I adored her this episode.
Yeah.
She was on fire.
Yes. I wouldn't say it's a top favorite scene, but I did really love the scene with her and Bill at the phone.
I did too. I
Uh,
loved them together and just how close they were
yeah.
and the flirting, and I just adore their relationship. They're so cute.
Yes.
They work well together too.
Yeah. And Jack Wagner with the little smolder. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Jack Wagner. And I loved just when he complimented her in front of Nathan and he said, I
Yeah.
told you she's good.
Yes.
And she kind of goes, yeah, I know.
That was great.
Yeah,
And I love Melissa. Melissa is a fantastic actor.
I love her. I'm so glad she's part of this season again.
Yes.
She's fantastic. I
Yes.
adore her.
Hopefully she'll stay
I
for
hope
many
she
seasons.
stays. I'm
Yeah.
such a Georgie fan. I hope she does.
Yes. With an occasional appearance as her schedule allows.
Yeah, I think bring her
Yeah.
back whenever you can, even
Yeah.
if it's just for one episode.
Yes. Who would you say stepped up for the community or showed leadership or compassion?
I think Rosemary, she really got so much of the community involved, but really, I think almost everybody had their part in this episode, and it was just neat, obviously seeing Lee by her side, supporting her, really doing whatever she told him to do. And Opal, I loved Opal's role in this episode and how she stepped up to really help produce and schedule this film and all the actors that were hired. And I think again, Georgie, Bill, and Nathan, they really, really worked together and stepped up to continue this
Yeah.
investigation.
I wrote down Opal taking on the role of the producer, and we will talk about that a little bit more in just a few minutes.
Yes, absolutely.
She did great, and Ava just nailed it.
Oh, she did so good. She's just grown up so much into such a beautiful young woman. And I'm just so thankful that Liam wrote this storyline for her.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. What would you say is an act of kindness or community spirit? Now, I wrote down Mike giving advice to Lucas and encouraging him to move on with Edie.
Yes, that's one of my favorite scenes this episode. And that is the Mike that I love.
Yeah.
Yes, I love when Mike Hickam is silly, but this is the Mike that I love. The loyal, true friend who's always there. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you. Man, everybody was kind.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
Is just an ensemble kindness this
Mhm.
episode.
Yes. And Ben seems like such a nice guy.
He's so nice, Nicole. I hope you get the chance to meet him
I
and
hope
talk
so.
to him someday. He's just such
Yeah.
a lovely person. He
Yes.
really is who he is on screen.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good to hear. And hopefully he will continue to join the cast in Kansas City.
Yes, Ben seemed to have a blast this
Mhm.
past year in Kansas City at the Christmas experience.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be back. I think he had so much fun.
Yes, I'm sure he will. Hearts of the Valley. So 2 to 3 major choices in this episode.
I think Rosemary made a major choice. It wasn't a hard choice for her, but I think her finally deciding, yes, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. That was major for her. And I think was a really positive thing for her.
Mhm.
And I think choices that our team of Georgie, Bill, and Nathan, they made some major choices this episode and continuing with the investigation. And then toward the end of the episode, Edie leaving, that was a big decision for her, I'm sure.
I wrote down Rosemary, Lucas, and Edie. So
Yeah.
we had the same.
Ah, yay.
Yes. What would you say those choices revealed about growth or fear? Now, for Rosemary, I would say that her deciding to put on this silent film was to help the community after such a tragedy with the wildfire. Not dwelling on what happened, even though it was sad.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. She and we see at the beginning of the episode, she's looking at that sketch of
Hmm.
her playhouse, which was such a
Yeah.
beautiful drawing. She's choosing to now make something positive out of it. And of course, she might still be grieving it herself, but instead of just living in that sadness and in that grief, she's choosing to bring her best self out of it and do something with it that she really truly loves, which is film and entertainment. And yes.
And for Lucas, I would say what his choice revealed about fear, of
Mhm.
course, We pretty much already know he's afraid to get hurt again because of what happened with Elizabeth, which is understandable, but
Completely.
still heartbreaking.
Mm. Oh, Lucas. I really do appreciate that it's being written that Lucas is finally dealing with this
Mhm.
heartbreak because obviously, right after the season 10 breakup, Lucas went into governor mode right away. And he's
Mhm.
kind of been in that role this whole time and then meeting Edie, and it's been their relationship. And I do appreciate now we're finally seeing how Lucas has been feeling
Mhm.
about the breakup and where his heart is, because that's been something that I have been wanting of, well, how is Lucas doing? He's never really said, we've never really addressed it. Is he okay? Is he over it? So I really appreciated that about this episode. I thought it was written really well and done really well by Chris.
Yes, I think so too. And I mean, to be honest, he really hasn't had a whole lot of time to quote unquote grieve that relationship because right after he was elected governor, he got shot and he
Yep.
had to focus on healing
Yes.
from that.
Yes, that's such a good point, Nicole. He hasn't had time. You're completely right. It's been one thing after another for him in his career. And now that everything is kind of settled, and now that things are really turning up with him and Edie, he's finally starting to feel, I think,
Mhm.
what he
Yeah.
just maybe hasn't had time to feel
Mhm.
until now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then with Edie, I would say her choice revealed that even though she's heartbroken, she respects the boundaries that Lucas is trying to put on them temporarily.
Mhm. I think so too. And she really cares about him and
Mhm.
she's making her feelings very known. And thankfully, I don't think Lucas doubts how she feels. And I totally agree with you. She seems like she does understand. She's made feelings known from her end. So now it's just Lucas's time to do what he needs to
Yep.
do.
Hope Valley highlights. So your top three scenes.
I think my top three scenes are the first scene of the episode with Nathan and Elizabeth, the Nathan back rub scene.
Yes.
Oh, my heart. And the Fernando and Faith kiss. I
That
can't
was
wait to
great.
talk more about that. I am obsessed. And the picnic scene, I truly love that scene. Nathan and Elizabeth having a picnic, just the two of them, has been a dream of mine since season 8.
Hmm.
So when I saw that they put that scene in this episode, I was just over the moon. I was so happy.
It was so good. And why don't we just talk about that scene?
Yeah, can we
The
please? It was so good.
subtext was subtexting.
It was subtexting and it was just visually so beautiful. Just the time of day and the trees and Nathan and Elizabeth both looked so beautiful. We got Nathan in, I call it the Candyman, Pa Ingalls shirt.
Shirt
Elizabeth just looks gorgeous in blue. It brings
was
out her eyes. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
yes. This was one of my top scenes too, and the subtext. She says, "You can't compare yourself to a fairy tale story or a fictional character. The story isn't over. Maybe it is for our acting careers, but not for this investigation, and certainly not for us. I, for one, can't wait to see what the next act has in store. Out here where it matters, I think the Mountie gets the girl. Definitely." And then the forehead touch.
So many things happening in this scene. So many things are being said.
The writers are literally telling us the Mountie gets the girl.
The Mountie gets the girl. I love that Liam wrote that line for Nathan. I love that because that just solidifies it right there. Yes, the Mountie gets the girl. This has always been the story. And we were talking about this earlier, and something that you shared that I completely agree with. Elizabeth is basically saying, what is she saying, Nicole?
Put a ring on it, dude.
She's like, babe, I know this investigation is stressful. I get it. I'm here for you. But hello. I can't wait for what's coming next. Wink,
Yes.
wink, hint, hint.
Put a ring on it, sweetheart.
Yeah. I love you. When are we doing this? When is it happening? Uh,
Yes.
let's go.
Yes. Or put a ring on it, constable, or place any term of endearment
Hmm.
that would fit them.
Yep, exactly. Just make it happen, babe. Come on.
Yes. Although they wouldn't say babe.
They would not say babe, but I'm not telling you literally, but I'm also telling you.
Yes. And I also love at the beginning of that scene they were talking about how they have the real chemistry. Again, the writers are literally telling us there's no need to worry.
No, their characters are a real couple. Their love is real. It's never been fake. It's never been forced. It's been completely authentic. This was even before they were officially a couple.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything to worry about. I think the writers are clearly telling us what the truth is.
Yes. And the hair tuck. Nathan Grant.
The hair tuck. I love how touchy Nathan was this episode. He's been so touchy this whole season, but he was so touchy this episode, and I just love it. It always makes me melt.
It was so cute.
It was so cute. And I love how when he's doing the hair tuck, Elizabeth she just leans, she's like, yes, yes, keep going.
They are just adorable.
They're so adorable. They're so adorable. Just cue the swoon.
Yes. And talk about another adorable couple for a moment. Another favorite scene of mine was right at the beginning with Rosemary sharing her idea of the silent film with Lee. She's all excited. You know, she's being the Rosemary that we all love and that Lee loves. And he says, there she is. There's my Rosie.
Hmm. Oh,
Leland Coulter.
there she is. And we just love how much Lee loves Rosemary. He just loves her so much. He loves her always, but just her being her true authentic self, he just loves that so much. It's so sweet.
Yes. And did he call her sweetheart in that scene? I think he did.
I think he did, which I love that nickname they have for
Yes.
each other.
I think he said, there she is. There's my Rosie. Welcome back, sweetheart.
Oh, it's so sweet. It just shows how well he knows her and he knows when she's being her
Yeah.
true self.
Another scene that I really loved was Lucas and Edie's talk in his office, even though it was heartbreaking to see. We see she's expressing her feelings and she's letting him know that it's over with Fernando. There's no need to worry. And when she, starts fixing his tie and then he pulls her hand away.
Oh, oh, she's being clear about how she feels. And I also love how touchy Edie is. And honestly, Nicole, when she kind of leans in and, oh, what does she say? She says, well, is there anything I can do or something? I thought she was going to kiss him. I thought, is this their first kiss? Is this going to happen? She going to plant one on him?
Nope.
I think it's good that there wasn't one
Mhm.
yet. But I really thought that was going to happen. It is a beautiful scene though, and Lucas was very kind
Yeah.
and just very honest about his feelings,
Mhm.
but it was a little heartbreaking for sure.
I do love and appreciate how he said, I don't want to make you a promise
Mhm.
that I don't know I can keep at the time,
Mhm.
so to speak.
Mhm. I thought that was good. I
Yeah.
just thought he was just completely transparent and really didn't leave much left to the imagination. Just, this is where I'm at. Sorry.
hmm
But he was still, I think, very loving about it.
Yeah, I think so too. And Chris and Miranda did a great job in that scene.
They did. They have fantastic chemistry
Yeah.
together. I love the two of them.
Yes. And I was thinking about this the other day. It might have been yesterday or a day before.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about this scene that reminds me a little bit of the scene from season one. I think it was episode 11, I believe, with Jack and Elizabeth.
Mhm.
And of course, we just talked about season one, or we just reviewed season one. The one when Rosemary had already arrived. She was in that blue two-piece, like the skirt with the jacket. And I think it was the day after she had seen out her window Jack and Rosemary, at night
Yeah.
when, he's trying to get her attention. And of course, Rosemary comes and interrupts. And Elizabeth tells Jack, I want you to think long and hard about your feelings. I feel like Lucas was Elizabeth in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a really good comparison. I agree. Absolutely.
And Edie was Jack.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, completely. Because obviously Edie is she's being honest with Fernando too, of we're done. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And yes, just the scenes where Elizabeth would be walking up and she would see Jack and Rosemary together, even though Jack was being honest with Rosemary,
Mary.
obviously, from Elizabeth's perspective, of course, she thought something was
Yeah.
happening. But yeah, that was totally happening this episode with Lucas seeing
Mhm.
Edie and Fernando together.
Yep. Some honorable mentions. We cannot go by in this episode without talking about Sassy Opal.
Oh,
No bears.
no, I love sassy Opal. And just when she yells out after talking to Elizabeth, "Can we get an apple
Go
box for the
back.
writer?"
I'm still your teacher, or I'm still Mrs. Thornton to you.
Is so good. And even when they are in Rosemary and Lee's office, and Rosemary asks Elizabeth something like, "Is she this way in class?" And Elizabeth says, "I don't think I notice it when she's in a herd."
Yeah. I don't think it's that noticeable when she's in a herd.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I am with you. I loved Opal this episode. It's just so fun to see this side of her.
Yes, it is. And when she's like, no, Nathan has to be the Mountie.
Yes, Opal. Speaking the truth, he has to be.
I can totally see her working in film in the future,
Mhm.
potentially.
Oh, I can too. And how fun would it be to see Rosemary continue to be kind of a mentor for her or kind of helping her along that journey, giving her some advice?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yes. The late night row house talk with Nathan and Elizabeth when he gives her a shoulder massage.
Oh, yes.
The terms of endearment, beautiful and handsome,
Oh, so good. So sweet.
and the forehead kiss. I have longed for a forehead kiss from Nathan to Elizabeth.
Yes, girl. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that came true. It was such a sweet scene. That whole scene was so flirty.
Hmm.
Just how close their faces were and just the beautiful and handsome. Oh, they just love each other so much. How just they make a typewriter scene just so hot, don't they? It just
Yeah.
was still so steamy.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, the terms of endearment actually caught me by surprise in the best way, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But before this episode aired, I was in Postables land because Hallmark was airing Signed, Sealed, Delivered, The Vows We Have Made, which is, of course, the movie when Shane and Oliver get married. So I was still in that world, and I had to rewind that scene to make sure that I heard it correctly. Like when the scene was playing, I was like, did I hear that right? Did they just call each other that? What?
Exactly. I had to do the same thing. I didn't catch it the first time when it aired Sunday. I didn't catch it. And I didn't even catch it when I rewatched the episode. I had to rewind a few times because they're kind of whispering to each other. And I had caught that he called her beautiful, but I totally missed her calling him handsome back. I didn't catch that until one of my last rewatches. And I thought, oh, how did I miss this the first time? They love each other
Yes.
so much, so
Yeah.
much.
I think we need to hear more terms of endearment. I would love to hear Nathan call Elizabeth darling.
Hmm. Oh, I would love that. And I'm wondering, once an engagement happens and a marriage, if the terms of endearment will pick up a little bit and we'll start hearing it more. That's my hope because it's just so adorable.
I think we will.
Yeah.
And then for Elizabeth, I'm not sure. What do you think?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I love that she called him handsome.
Yes. I feel like sweetheart is Lee and Rosemary's thing, so I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
love?
Oh, that would be so sweet.
Yeah. Hardys and McGarry's. What terms of endearment would you love to hear Nathan and Elizabeth call each other in the future? Let us know in the comments.
Yes, please.
Also, Fernando with the ladies.
I love Fernando. Nicole, I love Fernando. Oh my goodness.
Can Juan stay?
Can he please stay? And that whole scene when he came up to Edie and Faith and Maine, he's giving them flowers. He was just being so charming,
Yes.
and they were all just so taken with him.
Yeah.
And I was watching this episode the first time with Evan, and he just could not stop looking at May's face and reactions to Fernando. And he goes, look how May's looking at Fernando. She's married. And I said, that's the charm. That's Fernando.
I was about to say the same thing. She was a little too enthusiastic.
She was very enthusiastic. And I'm thinking, I don't know if she's ever looked at her own husband that way, at least not on camera.
I don't know how Mike would feel about that.
Yeah, good thing he maybe wasn't around to see that. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. And
Yeah.
we don't have anything to worry about May's loyalty or her
Yeah.
faithfulness. That's not where I'm going.
Yeah.
It just was so funny just how expressive she was around. Just, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
May, you are a married woman.
Yes. Also, Fernando and Faith in the silent film. We just got to talk about that really briefly. That was great.
Can we please talk about that? Yes, please.
And the moment before we actually see them in costume, Fernando with the stage light.
And Mike was looking at him that way too. I'm like, oh, we got another man crush going on.
And I forgot to post about this, but I was able to chat with Juan yesterday for another podcast junket interview. And I think if I remember correctly, one of the questions, it might have been one of Catherine's questions, was if Fernando stays, who is another character he would like to see Fernando become friends with. And I think Juan said Mike.
I would love a friendship between Mike and Fernando. Can we please have that? Because Mike has been trying to speak Spanish to
Spanish.
Fernando the whole time Fernando's been in town. Fernando can help him with the Spanish.
Yep.
They can maybe sing together because they're both incredible singers.
Yes.
Yes, please. That'd be
That would be great.
adorable. Yeah.
But yes, back to the film scene.
Nicole, can we just talk about how Faith got a kiss? Faith got a kiss. She has not kissed a man since Carson. How long has it been?
Yeah, that's right.
It was a good kiss too. This might be a bold opinion because I love Nathan and Elizabeth, but I'm just going to go here. I think this is so far the steamiest kiss of the season. I think this is
I,
the hottest kiss so far of season 13.
I think so,
It
maybe.
was so good.
Yeah, it's
Just
up there. It's
it's
not,
up
it's,
there for sure. Just the way Fernando like pulls her in and takes her hands and they kind of look at each other and then they go in. Oh,
yeah,
I'm shipping this couple. If he stays in town, I'm team Faith and Fernando.
yeah. Faith got her mouthy.
She got her
Um,
Mountie and
yeah,
I'm just so happy for her that even though in the show it was fiction,
yeah,
they were acting. I am just so just pleased and happy that she got a
yeah,
little bit of romance
yes,
after Carson. She's been through a lot romantically.
yeah,
I was just really happy that they gave her this
yeah,
moment just to give her
yeah,
a little spark. And
yes,
they gave her a kiss.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think we've almost got a love square going on because suitors for Faith. We've said that we want Tom to come back for Faith. And then
True.
previously, a couple weeks ago, we said that we wanted Austin or Mountie Briggs to
That's
stay.
true. That's true.
And now Fernando.
Basically, any single man, like, okay, try him with faith.
The
Absolutely. But
love
I
square.
love
Love square.
square,
Love square.
love square, love square. Oh my goodness, Nicole. Yes, I am with you, girl. I do think she and Fernando just have
Yeah.
great chemistry.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm like, I don't even think she was this way with Carson, no offense. I mean, they were steamy together.
Yeah.
Can we have more of that, please?
Yeah. Or cue the song Love Shack. Maybe Love Shack.
That if that was playing while they were kissing, that would have been amazing. It's not time appropriate, but
No.
we can imagine. I love that.
And really briefly, before we move on to the next part of this segment, we can't not mention Mike and the traffic light.
Mike, oh, Mike at the traffic light. Oh, Nicole, that whole scene was so funny. I'm so glad you brought that up. That was so good. That was genius writing. Just leave. Yes. And then he's like, what does he say? He's like, because you're in charge. That's right. I told you to move it.
Yeah, something like that.
It's so good because Rosemary, she's not trying to be funny, but as an audience, it just was so funny. But Lee just, yes, dear, okay. He just loves her through it and does what she asks. I just adore it.
Yeah. Also, really briefly, I have to mention Rosemary and Ned and I think May in the background. They're doing their thing. That was hilarious. And
Yes.
then Edie is holding, I think, a muffin in her hand. And at the end of that scene, when Fernando and Edie finish talking, Opal walks by and she's like, "That's for the crew."
Yeah, so good. Oh, Opal, I just love her fearlessness and just her tenacity. And she's just so confident walking around on set. I love it.
Yeah. And the mention of Gwen in a bear suit when she was talking to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you couldn't afford a bear.
Oh, so good. It's just so fun.
What is one small moment that spoke the loudest or had the biggest impact?
Well, jumping ahead a little bit, a small moment also goes along with my favorite quote of the episode. And Mike tells him, don't let your past affect your future. And I just thought that was a really powerful small moment because I think that certainly it applies to Lucas and Edie and his past and storyline. But I think just this season as a whole, for many of our characters, so many of our characters are truly moving on from the past or trying to move on from the past and moving forward to their future. And so I really appreciated that scene and that Mike said that to Lucas because I think it applies to this season in so many ways.
Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
actually back you up on that. I think that scene is the one that spoke the loudest in this episode.
So good. That was such a good scene.
Yeah, and I actually included that scene in my quote of the episode, part of my segment, because that quote from Mike, "Don't let your past steal your future," that was great.
Oh, that was so great. Yeah, that's my quote of the episode too. It's such a powerful
Yeah.
quote. And I just love that Mike said that.
Yes, and also the Mountie gets the girl.
The Mountie gets the girl.
Girl.
Yes. The Mountie always gets the
Yeah.
girl. That's how it was always supposed to be. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And then Easter eggs or callbacks. I wrote down three. So the Danny DeMarco reference in the barn scene with Nathan and Elizabeth. And we didn't talk about this earlier on, but can we just appreciate the fact that both Nathan and Elizabeth didn't want to kiss anyone else?
Yes. Okay, Nicole, I'm so glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about this scene. This scene is absolutely an honorable mention. First of all, we get Nathan and the Henley, chef's kiss. And their barn scenes are always so good. And I love that too. When Elizabeth says, "Oh, well, we get to kiss or something." And he says, "Well,"
Why didn't you lead with that?
as soon as he hears there's a kiss,
Like,
he goes, "Yes, I'll do it. I get to kiss you. Okay." But I completely agree with you, Nicole. I just love how loyal and faithful they are to each
yeah.
other. So much so that they will never kiss another person, even just acting, even for a film.
Yeah.
They were both so clear. Elizabeth said to Rosemary, "I'm not kissing anybody else." And Nathan says, "I'm not kissing anyone else." And
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Their kisses are just for each other now.
Mm-hmm.
I just so appreciated how they wrote that in for
Yeah.
them.
During the scene when Rosemary fires Nathan and Elizabeth, and
Mhm.
Nathan's like, "I'm not kissing anyone else." I think I tweeted, "Valid point, Nathan."
Yes. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And I just appreciate how both of them for sure, but really with Nathan, he has always been so firm and
Mhm.
adamant about his feelings for
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Obviously, she's only been the only one for him. He never kissed anyone else on the show
Nope.
because he knew they're not my true love. And
Mhm.
he's still holding to that of no, I am not kissing anyone but Elizabeth.
Yes.
And he even says it out loud in front of Rosemary and the whole
Yes.
crew. And I love how he's just so out with his
Mhm.
feelings and he just wants the whole world to know.
Yeah. And I love how Rosemary's like, "That's probably for the best."
Yes. Oh, so good. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Also, another callback, at least in my opinion, I think I've seen a couple other people mention this. Lucas seeing Fernando and Edie from across the street reminds me of season 11, episode 5, just after Jeanette shows up and Nathan sees that interaction with Lucas and Elizabeth from across the street when she puts her hand on his arm
Yes.
outside the saloon.
Yes. Oh, that was totally a mirror of this episode. Yes, that's when the whole misunderstanding happened. That's
Hmm.
so true.
What am I to you? Are we just friends? That lip stare in that scene, that was like next level lip stare.
That was so good. And the fact that they slowed it down and all of us are screaming, "Just do it."
And then Henry, "Time for the meeting."
No, Henry, it is not time for the meeting. We need to define the relationship right now, Henry. Come on. All of it was worth the wait.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
friends don't look at friends this way.
Nope. Also, I think Lucas bringing out the watch that
Yeah.
Elizabeth gave him in season 9, and I don't mean to bring up season 9,
Hmm.
but that was another callback for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah. And also the mentions of Neil Fernley, who is Liam Fernley's dad.
Yes. This episode was also so special because of that. And I love that Liam got to write this episode and really honored his dad with his name. And it was just so fun that Ned's character was Neil Fernley. And I loved how Rosemary said the name, just Neil Fernley. And Ned was just so excited to play that
Yeah.
character. It's just so sweet.
Yeah. And just really briefly, got to bring up the Flo-Yo and Molly scene. When Molly thinks that Florence is cheating on Ned.
I love that scene, Nicole. That scene was an honorable mention for me. And Molly, she says, some floppy haired nitwit. And then Ned is so loving that hairpiece and he like swishes it. He's like, what do you think? And then at the end of the scene, Florence is like, take that off, please.
The toupee.
It's so good. And the mustache. Oh my goodness. I love Ned in this episode, by the way.
hmm Yeah, Rothgar did a great job.
He did a great job. And speaking more about that scene, we find out that Molly has officially become a nurse, which
Yes.
is so exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting. And I hope we get more of a little celebration for her because that's a
Yeah.
really, really big deal. I'm so happy for her.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps up our Hope Valley highlights segment, going to Faith and Frontier. What were the central themes of this episode for you?
I think there was obviously a big theme of community and
Yep.
again, everyone working together, multiple characters working together. I think there was a theme of living your dreams or following your dreams, with Rosemary making
Mhm.
film. I think a theme of trust too, and vulnerability.
Mhm.
Again, a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some fear,
Yeah.
some insecurities going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah. I wrote down creative healing and community collaboration. Of course, that's with the silent film storyline and everyone coming together to help Rosemary put on this silent film. We already talked about it, but we see Rosemary channel that grief that she's had over losing her playhouse
Mhm.
into directing the silent film. And it just helps the community come together in a lighthearted way after a serious season.
I really like how you said that.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then also overcoming past heartbreak, that's with Lucas and, struggling to move on with Edie. And I think his arc emphasizes, the challenge of not letting, as Mike said, that past steal your future.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Exactly.
Lucas doesn't want to be in another love triangle, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Who does? And I think it's safe to say we don't want another love triangle either. We've been through enough. Let's just
Hashtag no more love triangles.
let's just break up the triangle. We get it.
Yeah.
Can we move on?
And then also persistence and justice. Now, this fits with the investigation. We know that they've hit some roadblocks, so to speak, especially with Christopher's disappearance. And I think despite that, they take another shot at the case by enlisting Georgie to find the forensic leads on the
Yes.
map.
Yes. She discovered a lot and did a lot for this investigation this episode. It was great.
And then I think the last one is authenticity in relationships. And that fits with Nathan and Elizabeth's attempt in the silent film. Because, as Rosemary said, they felt too real with each other. Because, I mean, technically, it's what Elizabeth knows. She wrote what she knows.
Yes.
And their storyline enforces that while their off camera performance may not have been the best, their
Mhm.
real life chemistry and commitment are solid.
Oh, so solid. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. And I love how you said that and brought that up. And something we know of Nathan is he has never been a fan of being in front of crowds.
Hmm.
He's always been a very private person, especially how he shows his love to others. And he's made it clear throughout the season, I don't like crowds. I don't like being the center of attention. So to me, it really made sense why Nathan was the way he was as Apollo.
Yeah.
Because that's just not who Nathan is, and that's okay.
Yeah. So, what is the overall life lesson or message you took away from this episode?
I think a message that stood out to me was just a message of it is good and it's biblical actually to continue to move forward with
Mm.
life and not letting the past hold you back. And yes, of course, we can take the time we need to grieve and mourn and take care of ourselves and do what we need to do, but not keeping yourself stuck in a place because then I really believe you never truly experience all that life has for you if you kind of keep yourself in a place of being stuck for whatever reason. And I think we saw that for a lot of our characters. There's a lot of movement forward. Obviously, Rosemary with the film moving forward from her grief of loss of the playhouse, the investigation moving forward, Nathan and Elizabeth moving forward, Lucas starting to deal with his heartbreak. There was a lot of forward movement this episode, which I really appreciated.
Yes. I know some may disagree with us, but I think that there was movement, even though it might not have been as noticeable as people hoped.
Yeah. And going back to the picnic scene, we talked about it. Elizabeth literally says, it's not over. I'm excited for what's to come. Let's bring on the second act. Hello. She's literally saying it, not only to Nathan, but to us viewers.
Yes. Propose. Propose. I want to be married to you.
Yes. Yes. Come on, Nathan. I'm not going to, you know, exactly come out and say it, but I'm telling you in so many
Yeah.
ways.
Yes. And I completely agree with all you said. I feel the same way. And then I also wrote down transform grief into purpose. Don't let the past dictate the future. Take another shot when things go wrong. And then authenticity is more valuable than a polished image. So,
I love that. Well
yeah.
said.
And what is a Bible verse that you think fits this episode? I wrote down Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland.
Mm, I love that verse,
That's a
Nicole. Good
great one.
choice.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
so fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, new thing I think fits with Rosemary and the silent film, taking that grief and turning it into something positive. Not dwell on the past. That fits Lucas, as we have already stated. Not dwelling on that broken engagement with Elizabeth, but moving forward with Edie. And then Way in the Wilderness, that fits with the investigation, with, taking that next shot to find leads in this investigation. And then Streams in the Wasteland, that fits with Nathan and Elizabeth, and how their too real connection reflects the streams in the wasteland. A genuine, life giving truth that flourishes even when the on camera performance fails, like both Nathan and Elizabeth said.
Mhm. Yes. I completely agree with
Mm.
you. I really do. That verse is so good. It's such a good reminder
Oh,
for me
thanks.
too,
Yeah.
personally. Yeah.
Well, Nathan even said something along the lines of, I may have failed in front of all those people, but out here where it matters, the Mountie gets the girl.
Yes. Yes, Nate. Truth bomb. Just the two of them. That is exactly where it
Yes.
matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great way to wrap up this segment and head into our last segment. which is what's to come in the next episode. I am so hyped for this episode.
Nicole, I am too. I am so excited. I'm so excited. We get our family all together. The kids are back. Charlotte is back. I think it's going to be a beautiful episode. I'm preparing to cry. That's okay. I'm really excited about it. I am.
Yes. I don't think this episode or the next is going to be Jack worship like some people are worried about.
Yeah,
This
either.
episode is needed for them to move on officially as a family.
Yep. I completely agree. I think it is needed, and I can already tell based on the promos and the
Mhm.
pictures what we've read about it. It's done as a family. Everybody is included. It's not them comparing Jack to Nathan. It's all of them. And for Nathan too. This is really his opportunity to learn and hear a lot about Jack and some of the memories. And he's along for it. He's by his family's side the whole time. And I think we have to mention Jack Sr. once in a while because we were talking about it earlier and you said something that I love of he really helped build this story. You know, he is a founding father of When Calls the
Okay.
Heart. He really
Yeah.
is. He's the reason LJ is here.
Yeah.
He's the reason Nathan is here. He really is. And being LJ's biological father, we have to mention him once in a while. It'd be weird if we didn't. I think if we never talked about Jack or if the characters never mentioned him, we would be thinking they never mention Jack, LJ's biological father, at all. That's kind of strange. So
Yeah.
I think it is needed, but I can tell it's going to be done in a really beautiful
Mhm.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just love how in the sneak peek that we saw on Sunday
Mhm.
after episode 8 had aired, the one when the four of them are in the saloon and we hear that first clue and LJ runs to the table, Allie just runs right behind him.
Yes. Siblings. Here comes big sister.
Like she is just as excited to learn about Jack Sr. as
Yes.
LJ is.
Yes, that is such a good point, Nicole, because Allie, we've never seen Allie witness or hear things about Jack Sr. So I think this is great for her too
Yeah.
of, oh, this is my future brother
Yeah.
and I get to now hear about his biological father.
Yeah. Also, can we just appreciate the fact that Nathan is the one that thinks of the scavenger hunt?
Oh, yes.
And Nathan is the one that calls Charlotte, might I add.
Yes. Yes. I appreciate how much Nathan honors Jack and appreciates him, respects him. I mean, I think he's a fan of Jack, obviously. I mean, he loves the Thornton family because of Jack. And I love that he did that. Yes, people, this was Nathan's idea. This was Nathan's idea. So I don't think it's Jack worship at all. I think it's the opposite, actually.
Yeah. And I feel like the part that we don't see before where the parade sneak peek picks up, I think that's the hug between Nathan and LJ in the photo. I feel like that is before the
Mm.
sneak peek clip starts.
Oh, I think that's a good guess. Oh, that picture is just so sweet. I love it so much. And just the way Nathan is hugging him and he has his eyes closed and he just loves this little boy so much. Like he has said, like his own son. And I think we're definitely going to see more of that. I love that picture so much. It's so beautiful.
And we were right about the porch scene with Charlotte and LJ and Allie. We were right. We were right.
We were right. We were right. I love how the kids just run up to her, and that hug is also just so beautiful. And I
Yeah.
just love that Allie is a part of it too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how she's like, Charlotte.
Oh, so sweet.
And
Because Charlotte and Allie,
yeah.
they have their own special relationship too.
Yeah. And that hug with Charlotte and LJ when LJ turns around and she just holds him tight. That is precious.
It's so precious. It's so precious.
And the
I
smiles on their faces.
I know. I know. It's so beautiful. And I am just so grateful and relieved that Charlotte coming back
Mhm.
has been so positive for
Yeah.
the Grant Thornton
Yeah.
family. I just, I'm so thankful. She hasn't been a thorn. She's been a
Mhm.
cheerleader. She loves this whole family, and I'm just so thankful.
Yes. Hallmark and writers, if you were listening, can we please, with a cherry on top, keep seeing Charlotte as Brooke's schedule allows? Because the dynamic that Brooke has with all four of them is just, I knew before this season even started that it was going to be wonderful, but it's better than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah, me too. And of course, it was wonderful to see Charlotte and Elizabeth back together. And
Mhm.
of course, we knew Charlotte and LJ was going to
Mhm.
be sweet. But the relationship and the chemistry she has with Nathan and Allie, oh, that's just been just such a wonderful surprise
Mhm.
and has made us so
Yeah.
happy. So I really hope we get to see more of her too.
Yeah. I would love more scenes with her and the future Grant family.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Charlotte and Nathan together
Yeah.
more. I love
Yes.
them.
And technically, she is family. So,
Oh, she is. Absolutely. They spent a whole summer with her. She's made it clear how she feels. Yes, she's
yeah.
absolutely family.
And do you have any predictions for this episode? Maybe any other things we might see? Maybe with memories? I did see in the promo uh blueprint of the church. It looks
Mm.
like Lee is holding up, so maybe we'll hear some talk about Jack building the schoolhouse and
I
church.
hope we do. I hope we do because now that LJ is in school, I think it'd be so special for him to hear the story of how Jack built the school for Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And I am really hoping for a Jack Graves scene with Nathan, possibly Nathan and Charlotte. I've always wanted that. And
Yeah.
I know some people might disagree, and that's okay. That's valid. I totally get it. I think for me personally, just the idea of Nathan honoring Jack that way, just like Elizabeth has, I think has just always seemed really sweet to me that he would go to Jack's grave and visit, talk, almost like a Mountie to Mountie moment because obviously they never met when Jack was alive. So I think for me, it's always just been a sweet thought of, oh, well, if Nathan goes to Jack's grave, that's almost like them coming together.
Yeah.
And I guess I thinking about that
Yeah.
just makes me happy. I just would like to see that.
I think it'll be in episode 10.
Ooh, that's fine too. That's
Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah.
just would love to see it sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will link the interview that Us Weekly just did with Brooke in the description of this video because it is amazing. And I think I sent it to you.
It's so good. It's so good. I so enjoyed reading it.
Yes. And I wonder what memory Henry is going to share because we see
Mhm.
the clip of the four of them with Henry.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Oh, I wonder too. Maybe you think it'd have something to do with the mine? Not that Henry would go into
Good.
the whole mine history, but
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be a great scene.
it'll be
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah. And we've talked about it. I'll just say it again. Of course, I don't know for sure, but considering the interview that just dropped with Brooke Shields, I am even more convinced than ever, calling it now. Episode 10 is the proposal engagement, and episode 12, they get married or quote unquote elope.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Nicole. I am with you. I'm really hoping the proposal happens in episode
Mhm.
10. It just makes sense storyline wise. And now that Charlotte's back in town, I can totally see her being there when it happens. I really hope so. That's my dream too.
And also, I am more convinced than ever there is a season 13 Nathan and Elizabeth wedding after this written interview with Brian that was just recently posted. And I'll just read the part pertaining to Nathan and Elizabeth. So it says, for longtime parties, of course, no question is more pressing than how the romance between Nathan and Elizabeth will develop. Brian's only non spoilerish spoiler was that by the end of the season, fans, quote, will be smiling and gasping. Gasping doesn't mean a bad gasp, it's a good gasp. They're
Mhm.
going to be extremely happy and surprised as well, unquote. You cannot tell me that that is just an engagement.
No, I don't think it is. I definitely don't think it is. Why else would he say that? He could tease anything else, or doesn't have to say anything. So that tells me there's more than an engagement this season because it's been obvious since before the season aired there's going to be an engagement. So there has to be something else. And we've talked about this. I just think for Nathan and Elizabeth and their wedding and their marriage, it has to be different. You know, Kevin and Aaron have talked about this as well of it has to be something that's very them and makes sense for their characters. And obviously we know Elizabeth has had 2 seasons of wedding planning, obviously only one wedding, but I just don't think Hallmark would go through the same formula. I think they would do something different. I feel like they have to. Otherwise, it would just be too repetitive.
Nathan's proposal would be her fourth proposal,
Yep, that's true.
third engagement.
Hmm.
Proposal wise, Charles, Jack, Lucas, and now Nathan.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And so I think the wedding itself and how their marriage becomes official has to be different. It has to be.
Aaron already said it's going to be something different. So that says it all right there.
It does, which completely, they could fit a quick wedding into this season. They really could.
I mean, they did it within one episode for Mike and May.
They
So,
did. They completely did. And I
like,
don't even think that's how it's going to be for Nathan and Elizabeth. But yeah, if they can do that,
like literally, Mike and May got engaged season 11, episode 11, and they were married season 11, episode 12.
right, right. So they can do it. They can put a quick wedding together. They can. And we know that there's a harvest celebration in the finale. What better way to celebrate Nathan and Elizabeth's new life together? They don't even have to plan anything. It's like, let's just celebrate at the festival. It's
Yep,
done for us. It
yep.
can't get much easier.
We've said it already. Nathan and Elizabeth are married, and then Abigail shows up.
Yep, I completely agree with you, Nicole. I can see they get married, they're celebrating, and then all of a sudden there's either a car or we see like feet walking, everyone's head turns, and then the camera shows Abigail's face,
And
and then
then,
scene. That's my vision. That is my vision.
yeah.
Because I think that would be a really good tease going into season 14 of, oh, Abigail's back.
hmm These next four episodes, I think, are going to be fantastic.
They're going to be so fantastic. I think they're going to be the best ones of the season.
I think so too.
I really do.
I think that pretty much wraps everything up. Do you have any last thoughts for this episode that you wanted to share?
Oh, I do have one more thought, just real quick. Just how this episode was filmed. I
Yeah.
just loved the scripts
The
that they
cards.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, between the scenes, I
that's
thought that
great.
was fantastic and so fun.
Yeah.
So applause to the team. That
Yeah.
was so great.
Yes, for sure. I love the way that they edited that.
Mhm. Me too. Me too. That was a really, really fun, unexpected surprise.
All right, Hearties. Well, I think that concludes our review of When Calls the Heart, Season 13, Episode 8. If you enjoyed this episode and are watching on YouTube, you can like this video and share your thoughts about this episode and any predictions you have for the last 4 episodes of the season in the comments. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure to rate and review, as your feedback is always greatly appreciated. If you want to stay up to date on all of our reviews and any interviews, you can subscribe to this channel on YouTube and follow along on Spotify, and make sure to hit the bell so you are alerted when those new episodes come. You can also find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Swing My Heart Podcast, and Twitter at Swing My Heart Pod. And you can find Brennan on Instagram at West Hardy and Rom_com love. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next week. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.